Hi, this is David McCann for WebTNG. In this video, I'm looking at a new WordPress utility called Turbo Admin, which gives you a command palette for quickly navigating around in the WordPress admin. So I'm here on the Turbo Admin website. We can see that it comes in two versions. There's a free version available in the WordPress plugin directory, which you can install as a plugin in your site. Or you can buy a premium browser extension, which I guess would be convenient if you're managing multiple sites, because that way you wouldn't have to install another plugin. There's some good information here on the website before you jump in. Basically, if you've used something like Sublime Text or Visual Studio Code, you're familiar with the notion of a command palette. And as we do the walkthrough, we'll see it in action. The premium version gives you 6 activations. So you can install it on multiple browsers on one computer, or you can install it on one browser on 6 computers, or however you like. It's $35. And if you click Buy, there's a pop-up here on the page. You can pay by credit card or with PayPal. And when you buy it, then you get an email with an activation code. And in the email is the developer's email address if you have a support question. So some other things to note here is that it's not a subscription. You get all the version 1 updates. Free to use it for as long as it works, but the developer is saying if there's a new major version, then you may be required to pay for an upgrade. So that's something to keep in mind. If it doesn't work, there's a good refund policy. Doesn't collect any information about the sites you visit. There's no promises support, so the developer is saying that he'll try to help you, but this isn't his full-time job. So my suggestion is that you definitely try out the free version as a plugin first to see if you like it. And if you only have one or a few sites, use the free version, you might as well. But if you have a lot of sites, then you might want to use the browser extension. Let's go up here. This is the usage guide. It has install instructions. It works on Chromium browsers, Chrome and other browsers that uses Chromium underneath. It works on Firefox. I don't think that it works on Safari. Here are some instructions on how to enter the license key and how to open the admin palette. So on Windows and Linux, it's Control-Alt-Shift-P. On Mac OS, it's Command-Option-Shift-P. And you can change the keyboard shortcut to open it, which you might want to do because this is a little convoluted. But you have to be careful to choose a keyboard combination that's not already in use by your browser. So we're going to look at that in a minute. I'm going to try that out. And then here's some troubleshooting tips if you have a problem. Here's the plugin in the WordPress plugin directory. See, it has a snail icon. It's got 20 plus active installs. It's a new plugin. It requires PHP 7.2 or higher, so that's something to keep in mind. It's got 3 5-star reviews. Some information here on getting started. If we look at the support forum, we see there's one support question a week old that hasn't been answered. So I have a test site here that I've been using to test themes. Right now I've got the free Cadence theme installed, and I'm going to install it, Turbo Admin, on this site. When you activate it, you get this little snail icon here, and that tells you what the keyboard shortcut is to open the command palette. So right now it's Alt-Control-Shift-P, and that gives you a menu here. And so if we wanted to go to Appearance Themes, then that would be the way to go. So when I looked in the help documentation, it says that it caches the menu items on the page. So for example, here we have Elementor custom fonts. Okay, so let's see if we can get to that. All right, so that works. However, since it's caching the menu on the current page, if we're on the front of the site, that doesn't work. And the note in the help docs on the plugin website mentions that in the future they hope to cache the admin menus so you can access them on the front end, but it's good to be aware of this limitation. So you can hit escape or click off the side to close that. And then another thing I wanted to show you is if you want to change the keyboard shortcut, you do it in your profile. It adds a section here, and see currently it's Alt Control Shift P. So a question might arise, how do you know what keyboard shortcuts are free to use that aren't being used by your browser? I'm using Vivaldi, and in Vivaldi if you go Control F1 you get a keyboard cheat sheet, and so I'm thinking of using Control Shift Z so I can do it all with one hand. So I'm going to type in CTRL plus Shift, and this shows me all the ones that are using that combination. So I see there's an N, an E, a delete, an I, a J, a V, a BSD, OH, tab, page, page, a Control Shift T, Control Shift R, Control Shift G, Control Shift C, but there isn't a Control Shift Z. So I think I'm safe in using that combination. So I'm going to do this, and it's not case sensitive. Okay, and do update profile. Then the help doc says you probably need to refresh the page after doing that. So now I'm just going to press Control Shift Z, and that brings up the command palette there. Okay, so that's how this works. We go back to the website, buy the browser extension. I've done that. When you do that, you get an email, and the email has a download link. When you click the download link, then you go to the website, and I'm going to download. Takes you to the Chrome store. I'm going to add to Chrome. Okay, and I get a new browser extension here. So you have to enter your key. So I'm going to enter the key, and it's activated now. Okay, I've logged back into the site. I'm going to remove the plugin now because I have the browser extension. And I'm going to log out. Okay, now to set the keyboard combination, I'm going to click on the snail. I'm going to do Control Shift. See how it's got that blue outline there? And then this is actually a text box. So I'm going to enter the letter Z, Control Shift Z, and click Set Shortcut. So that was saved. Now I'm going to reload the page and do Control Shift Z. Now I'm going to try login. Well, that didn't work. I think that's a dump of the REST API endpoints. However, if I go to my main website, which is online, and try it, it goes to the login. So once you log in, the browser version works the same as the plugin version. I don't know if there's a way that you can move the license from one browser to another after it's been activated, because I haven't seen an admin interface where you can do that. My conclusions are that it works very well on the admin side, and it would be much more useful if it also worked on the front end. I think I would suggest most people stick with the free version, especially since support might be kind of iffy. If you have a lot of websites, then the pro version might be worth checking out, especially if they get it working on the front end. So this is a new utility. It's kind of cool. It's got a lot of potential. Just wanted to share it with you. Hope you found the video useful. Thank you for watching.